Hi there, this is Shauna from Infinity Readings. This will be the reading for the Sagittarian female for the Valentine's season of 2019. Okay, I have two pyramids here I work from. One is a love, sex, and romance pyramid, where we look into the intimacies of a relationship, and then a general pyramid that we just kind of scan over the overall energies of what this Sagittarius female may be going through. Now I have two cards here to help, one feminine energy to kind of overview the whole thing, and then a surrender card to see if that helps you alleviate any blocks that you may be having or highlight any situations that you may be going through that are an obstacle in your way or something that you can embellish to help you gain further success in that way. Okay, so the first card for the female energy is self-esteem. So we may be working on this at this time of Valentine's over 2019. Self-esteem may be our focus, okay, over this period. And the surrender card that we get is surrender to success. You're ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. So we may be tripping up here, not able to handle success because we feel we don't deserve it, that kind of thing. It's so closely they're going, this is definitely related to the self-esteem. Our measure of success forward is directly related. If we are making headway in our self-esteem, the success will rise. That's what they're saying, okay? So know this, if we're not being successful in our career, this is why we're not working on our self-esteem. Directly linked, these two is what they're saying, okay? So we'll look into that a little bit. I don't feel that the Sagittarian female understands that to a degree that she's going to do that for homework, right? It's like looking into this in this way, linking this. She's not doing that. I feel like she knows she has to work on her self-esteem. She knows that, but she doesn't link it to the gravity of her success, okay? She doesn't feel that her self-esteem could hold her back in the success arena. That's what's going on. So we got to understand that concept and then just work on that forward. I think she can blow it away once she realizes that. She just has to get on board with it. Okay? So as we move into the pyramid here for the Sagittarian female, the first card she gets, the top of her pyramid, is 15, 16, 17, the star, okay? And that is great, abundant energy, though we have a mix of cards here that are kind of off of that energy. The star is about hopes and dreams and all of those things that we need to move forward. Now, they're also going, we have to watch, because the healing energy is here. We need to work on self-healing. There's parts of our soul here that is incapacitated. This is what they're saying. Give me a minute. Yeah, downright shut down. The parts of their spirit, soul, whatever it is that they're working on is downright shut off, boxed and put up on the shelf. So we need to kind of unbox that. And they're going, it is not the self-esteem alone that is hindering our success. It is, you know, what we find along that path, and that is all part of that wandering, meandering that they need to do over this time in order to learn that on their own. But nonetheless, the star here is about the healing and the hope of, we have a lot of hope going forward, and they're going, this is naive because we don't understand what it is that we need to put in place, or we would put it in place and get moving. And that's part of the learning process as well. Four Cups is here, just on the side, and that's about discontent, boredom. Offerings, they're coming forth and they're going. That's also part of the illusion that we're not seeing. Because this woman is surrounded by cups, and she is focusing on three of them, but there is one that is out of her view, right? She's not paying attention to it. That's the one that's really what is attributed to the success here. I feel like this woman is like trying to climb the ladder of success, and she's getting frustrated with why she can't do this. I'm feeling like she's feeling like I should be farther along. I should have made more progress. What is going on here? Self-development. This is what's going on. So as we go on to the right side, the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords gives an energy of stalemate. Okay, that's usually what I attribute here. But they're going also check out the blindfold. Not only are we not seeing this, the universe is kind of, we're laying it down for her. There is no awareness here of the importance. Again, self-esteem having to do with success is a key hint that these two are directly related, okay? And it may just be that light bulb that she needs to be turned on to realize, okay, now I'm going to focus on myself and start being more attentive in that way. And then, because even if we set out the intention to do this first and then look for an expectation after that, then it'll feel better than the frustration that we're feeling at this point. But they're going nonetheless. The blindfold is on. When we're at the Two of Wands, or sorry, the Two of Swords here, the blindfold is on, and not only that, there's a reluctance to want to work on it. So I feel like she's very much got her head towards the stars, but the Four Cups is the universe going, oh, this is what it is. So there may have been moments in your thought processes during the day, when you're meditating, when you have free time, where these things, these situationals are coming in for you to work on, and they're being processed back out. They're going, yeah, that's nice. Off they go. Okay, so this is that first scenario, the Four Cups. Then we have a situation where instinctively it comes at us with the Two of Swords, and we're going, no, I'm not going to deal with that. I don't have to deal with that. That kind of a thing. There's more an aggressive energy coming forward to not want to deal with the issues, right? So these may be childhood issues. I'm getting a sense here, you know how they say your inner child, right? Having to do with that. Things are really just they're not going to be comfortable to deal with. We did not want to deal with them up until now, and that is why at this point we are locked in, and if we did not deal with any of it, and we are not dealing with any of it, it is going to be harder and harder as you grow to get back into that, to want to deal, right? Because these are really the energetic patterns that are coming here after this eclipse are the hardest things that we have to deal with. We got to let go of everything here, and if it was easy, we do it and we get it done and it's off the shelf. But these are the hardest, you leave the hardest for last, and you got to bring it back and reprocess it. So that's the sense I'm getting here. This woman, she really is not attuned to the fact that this is holding her back in a career-minded kind of way. She does not see the link there. And the universe is going, yes, this is directly linked to the reason why there's no success here. We need to accomplish these goals within our own personal self before we can become successful forward. So that's that. Okay. The Knight of Wands comes underneath the Four Cups. Now that may be a partner that's in your midst. So fire sign energy. We may be with another fire sign, or that may be someone coming in that may be bringing this issue up, okay? This is the sense I'm getting. Someone that comes in, because the Knight of Wands here, and I'm getting that sense he's in and out. He may not be your partner, Why? Because he's not staying for very long. Or in a dating scenario, it could be. But nonetheless, these issues are coming up to this Sag female through this Knight of Wands. So there is a fiery energy here that is bringing up and supporting the universal energy that's coming to you as well, and being disregarded nonetheless. In fact, it is creating some stress and anxiety amongst us, because underneath that Knight of Wands, I have the Nine of Swords, which brings me to all of the stress, worry, and anxiety. And this is what we're dealing with. So we get there. There's the hot button. That's where it is. That's the issue that we got to deal with. When we get stress, worry, and anxiety, this is all the stuff that's got to come forward. And there's that fire sign energy that's coming in, creating havoc, bringing up issues. It's because we need to deal with it. He ain't going to stick around for long, so don't worry about it. Thank him, because he is now uncovered what you need to do to unblock you, and then he's just going to take off, and he's not even going to realize what he's done. But in the meantime, I mean, you're taking it as anxiety and chaos and whatnot, but it really is there to illuminate to you what you need to work on and let go. Okay, so there's the Knight of Wands. Next to him is the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is connected to the ambivalence here. I feel like this is kind of the frustration. I feel like part of her path here of what she's wishing and hoping for is more money, more lucrative business, more success in that way, okay? So that's her frustration level. That's what she can't seem to get past. That's what she's hoping for and just not able to attain, okay? So as we move on, we get the King of Pentacles. So that, I feel, is more grounded in the fact that this may be a partner of yours, okay? And that fire sign, by the way, the Knight of Wands here, that could be a male or a female in your midst that's bringing up this issue inadvertently. I feel that they're very inadvertently doing it, but it's universally driven, because this is where the area you need to work on, right? This is what they're blowing up for you. So the King of Pentacles may be a partner that you carry, so that may be an earth sign, or the traits of someone who is stable, sturdy, reliable, you know, down-to-earth thinker, very grounded, and very much someone that is keeps an even keel all the time. So I get the sense that this person is that for you and helps you keep that sanity within all of this, right? Because a lot of times I feel a fire can just kind of get rowdy with it, but their partner here seems to keep them grounded and stable, okay? So there's the King of Pentacles. He's just hanging out there, okay, for now. Now, again, on the left side of the pyramid here, we have the Nine of Swords. So that's the anxiety that this person coming in here, this Knight of Wands, this fiery energy, again, could be male or female, coming in and stirring things up, creating anxiety. The next card we get is the Six of Wands, and I feel like that is kind of the universal sunshine in your black cloud, right? The Six of Wands is about success and victory, and also about protection. So we have some anxiety here about this person coming in, and we may be feeling, and that's the sense they're going, this person may be feeling they need protection, and they're going, you are protected, so we do not need to worry about that. In fact, we are very successfully protected, so that is not even an issue. So that stress can go away. Do not need to worry about having to be protected in that way. Because there's an essence here of it being, like, if I were to look at it, it's non-threatening. But for some reason, the Sag female is looking like, do I need to be, is kind of paranoid about, yeah, overly dramatizing things, okay? So the Six of Wands is success, the protection that she has that is around her, and the success that is imminent coming forward. Because really, these people are coming out of the woodwork to really notify you and help you move forward, even though it doesn't look that way in the 3D, right? So on top of the King of Pentacles and the 10 is 21, the World. Now, this is about cycles and completions of that. I feel like there may be something here, and it may have to do with this issue as well. The issue that needs to be illuminated to you, that you need to deal with, fix, somehow compartmentalize, or at least bring up and acknowledge forward. The sidewinder that comes in creates havoc and brings that up. I feel like that may create a situation for you and your partner to actually deal with some issues in your own right and put some things to rest, like lessons or platforms in the relationship. And by platform, I mean like ascension process within a relationship, if I can put it that way. It's the only way I can think of putting it right now. I feel like it brings you to a different level. Again, there's no knowledge of this, or you would have went there sooner and brought this all to the surface and dealt with it. There's no realization how beneficial dealing with these issues could be. And I feel like that transfers to the relationship, just not only in your self-esteem, but to you and your partner and in the relationship as well. So that world symbolizing that is, not only does it help me in my way forward with my self-esteem individually, spiritually, however, but it helps me in my partnership to a huge degree that is just kind of shocking is what I'm feeling, okay? Now, interestingly enough, at the end of the pyramid here, we get a King of Wands. And I feel like that is you. That is your energy, and that is you realizing the full potential of what I have here. For some reason, now I don't know if you've completely fully dealt with the issue or what it is here. I get a sense that we can still, it's illuminated to us, but what are we going to do with it? I don't know. But just the illumination and the discussion of that openly with our partner, there's some kind of a situation here that adapts to a feeling of renewed power and focus forward. It helps clear some of the clutter that we've had in our mind, if that makes sense. This is really kind of deep and spiritual here. This woman is looking for hope and movement forward, and a lot of what she's coming across here is kind of like dead ends. Just nothing, no momentum, nothing. She can't get her things going in gear, and she's going, what is going on, you know? And like I said, there's this thing off on the side here that could help her and benefit her in ways she has no idea, but she's not looking there, so she's not using that as a stepping stone. And then there's people, or one person for sure, fiery energy coming in and kind of stirring things up and hitting that button for her that illuminates that to her, but to a degree it stresses her out. No matter, we'll gain success, just may take some time for it to sink in. Because our goal here is to gain more money, more finances, more stability within our home and through our business. And when we come down to the world, and it really does have a trine that affects everything. And I feel like this Sag female's just sitting there going, and it all came down to this? Are you kidding me? Like, I just flipped this switch and all of this lines up. There was no, there's no acknowledgement there. But nonetheless, there's going to be some success here, and she's going to start seeing her way really quickly. So fire energy, so she's going to go really fast once she figures it out. She's just going to need one or two instances to highlight, and then she's going to be off and running. So really what's going on here is the world is going to come to her in ways through her finances, because this is where she sees most clearly, with no hesitation whatsoever, direct results like numbers. Give it to me in numbers, because I can figure that out in numbers. That's what they're showing me. Almost like the logbook, right? There's that's where they're going to hit her, in the numbers area. Now, the King of Pentacles there just to support. But I'll tell you, when she gains her energy back, she's ready to move forward. Not only does she have that renewed self-esteem that's pushing her from the inside out, but she has the strength of her partner in a renewed way that is transcended anything that she thought she could accomplish with her partner as it sits today, or as it, you know, is evolving to. Because I feel like she feels like, or has felt, that her partner couldn't help her, or there was a misconnection there or a disconnection there in some kind of way. But just this situation, however it turns out, it's going to be different for everybody, kind of really re-emphasizes the coupledom here, and it takes them off in a new area, okay? There's a lot of energy in this one. This woman's fired up and frustrated, but as soon as she picks up on the universal hints coming forward here, she's going to be off and running, okay? So the success is imminent here, and she is protected in ways that she shouldn't feel paranoid, okay? That's the sense I'm getting. So as we go into the love and sex side here, first card we get is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is about offering love outward to our partner, or if we're single, we're offering it love outward to the, the universe. Who's got any takers, that kind of thing. Next card is the Moon on top of that. So that's in the sex side of things. So if we're, yeah, I feel like if we're single here, we're kind of tipping our glass and looking for love here, but it is kind of illusory to us. We have not got it yet, and we don't know what we're doing or not doing in order to gain. So there's a bit of a sense here that if we're single, like we do not know what we're doing. Like we feel like we don't know what we're doing, but we're doing it anyway. We're just going to offer love outward, kind of try, but we're, yeah, there's some mystery around the whole dating scene, okay? Now the next card, Five of Wands. So that's about, you know, getting into the grind of things, going outward and either being propositioned or going outward and showing, you know, affection towards someone else in a public way. Then on top of that, we get the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands here, I get a sense of really wanting the whole fantasy thing. Even though this is not my fantasy card, I feel like there is someone here in our midst that we can work on, but it takes time, right? So the Eight of Wands kind of symbolizing that we're maybe up in our head about romancing this to a degree of intimacy that we're not at yet, okay? That makes sense. So that's the sense I get through this card. The Five of Wands is very much for being out in social light about everything, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Bedroom is what I'm getting. So the next card we have is the Justice card, 11 here in this deck. And again, blinders on, right? So, but this is for the singles. I'm kind of tripping through here. Justice. Yeah, there's some balancing. Again, right? We don't know what we're doing, but we're going out anyway. That's the sense I got right off the bat at the head of the pyramid here. So it's really the energy that floods. The 11, they're going, yes. We are learning. We are going to be learning as we go quite quickly. This. So we may get shot down a few times is the sense I get. The sex card we get on top of the 11 here, the Justice card, is Two of Pentacles, which is the surprise card. So that's kind of like we may go somewhere to surprise someone, or someone surprises us when they, you know, out and about. We get surprised by someone, or we are surprising someone with our presence, okay? This is the sense I'm getting. Now, again, the Blind Justice, they're going, we'll catch up with that at the end. 5 is the next romantic card I have, the Hierophant. So that's about marriage. This is what we're looking for singled here. We're looking for something that's true blue, you know, marriage material. And also there's got to be a purity to it. We don't want any, like, no scruff, man. We don't want no scruff. Like, that's what's going on here. That's this. That's the sense I'm getting. Somebody actually said that. It's like no scruff, man, or no scrubs, right? Like that song, no scrubs. Maybe that's what they said and I didn't hear it properly. Anyway, the 5, the Hierophant, he's there talking about the traditional ways that this woman thinks about companionship, okay? Now, on top of that, on the sex side, we have the Death card, which is about endings, transitions. Yeah, there's something. Oh, okay. They're going, there's something about the Death card here. Now, the Death card on the sex side symbolizes an end, cutting out of sex, okay? And I'm like, what's the deal? And they're like, well, this is marriage and not having sex before marriage. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. People still do this. It's not a bad thing. So there may be a traditional sense of this to some degree where this woman is prepared to say hands off until I'm married. So that could be a scenario that you're looking into or considering, okay, forward for a partner. Next, 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is about the beginning process of getting to know someone. Like these two are sitting down at piano and he's holding her hand and it's like, hey, you know, I just get a light, fluffy feeling about this. It's just two people that care about each other and are showing that, right? But the very beginning stages of that is the sense I get here. So we have that. There's an innocence to that, okay? 6 of Swords. Now, the next card on the sex side, we get the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, okay, these two are nude. They're on a horse in the middle of the grasslands. Now, what's going on? Now, the sense I get here from this is really a romanticism, right? Whether in the bedroom or not. The sense here, you know, there may be some people here that are really trying to abstain from the actual sex act. Doesn't mean we can't be naked out in the grass, so that's what they're doing. This is my story and I'm sticking to it. So 6 of Swords, yeah. I feel like that's kind of the innocence they want to get back to, right? The Knight of Wands is, I mean, we're enjoying each other's bodies without clothes, basically. That's what I'm going to continue on because there's nothing wrong with, you know, having a boundary here. In fact, it could weed out some, you know, some, what do you call that? Some riffraff, right? I can weed out some riffraff doing that, but I'm trying to stick with that theme. Now, this one blows it all to hell, but anyway, the first card we get is the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is, I mean, again, I'm seeing a white bird, water flowing out. It's the love that we have within us, right? Now, we're dealing with self-esteem here, and they're making me aware the water and everything is overflowing, but there is some work here that we have to do. I mean, everybody can do self-esteem work. It's just constant, ongoing. And the white bird symbolizing, there's a high innocence here of somebody within this earshot of this reading, that there's a purity that wants to be withheld in a traditional way. Like, you know, like I want to have our first night and the honeymoon and I want to do it this way and I want to do it that way. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, I think it makes you stronger to be able to hold that line. I feel like that can gain you more self-esteem than giving into it, but nonetheless. So there's the Ace of Cups. There's that full cup that you're trying to work forward to that partner. Now, on top of that, we get the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords is about indulging. Now, I always notice the green fabric in the background, and it's almost like we may need some healing to either get over a relationship or work within a relationship. And my feeling and sense here is that we may need healing to deal with this relationship. And then there's the sneaky bugger in the background. You don't know what the hell he's doing. It's almost like he's taken off with a trophy or something. Like, I don't know what he's doing. And I put my glasses on and I still can't figure out what he's got there, but it's like he's sneaking away with something. So my sense here is that if I go through this last line, all right, because this is specifically for someone in particular, we're talking about an energy here of purity and traditional ways of being within a relationship and wanting to keep boundaries up for that reason. So we got to watch the Eight of Swords here for your own dignity within that, right? I feel like that's part of it. I feel like that may be your dignity walking off because you know what? We had a weak moment and things got heated and now I can't have my first night in the honeymoon suite, da-da-da. So that might be something there, something like that. Yeah, because the Eight of Swords is really a mysterious card. I feel like there's a guy sneaking off in the corner, but it may also be someone who is participating in intimacies on the sly and not wanting to on some kind of way. Not meaning they don't want to indulge in the partner, but meaning for like this reason, saying, no, I promised myself I wouldn't do it and I'm not going to do it. And not until the wedding night. And then they go off and they kind of sneak and maybe indulge in the act, and then they go outward and they say, no, we haven't done it, da da da. That kind of thing. It's like a disloyalty, but it's not against each partner. It's within the relationship, okay, is the sense I'm getting. Because the green is there. We can heal through this. In fact, both partners are aware, that kind of thing. So that's the sense I'm getting. Interesting reading, okay. Now, I'm going to go back over this sex side here because I kind of went through the singles, mingled singles with this. Now, I'm going to go over with the couples. Now, the first card was the Page of Cups, or the Knight of Cups. It was making offerings outwards. I feel the moon on top of that. I feel like we may have some inconsistencies in our love offerings to our partner that we are unaware of. Again, there's a lot of this undercurrent here. This may be where your lesson lies, in the bedroom or even in the romance or in the intimacies with a physical partner, okay? Not necessarily physically in the relationship, but intimately, okay? Next, the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is about, we're talking about a partnership here. Okay, they're making me aware here that there may be some offerings that are coming to us, okay? So we may have people outside of us showing an interest in us, an interest level in us as being someone that is in a couple. And the Eight of Wands is maybe someone may be caught up as well in us in a romantical kind of way, other than our husband, but not that we're indulging or anything like that. It's just like I feel like there's a sense of this woman needing to be diplomatic, okay? And that maybe I don't think it's any line or anything. I just feel like this person is out maybe in public a lot and gets a lot of attention from the male side of things, and that could lead to the male taking things in his mind in a different direction. Now, Justice here, I feel like very much that's the blindness to the lesson here that needs to be learned within the relationship. Outside of the relationship, they're going in all areas. There we are blind to this fact, but it is here nonetheless staring us in the face. Two of Pentacles in the partnered relationship is like... It's interesting how they morph. So Two of Pentacles never about support, but they're going, this is our partner being supportive of us. This shocks and surprises us in this way that, you know, and that's also the discovery as well. It's almost like we break through a barrier here in the relationship because of how supportive our partner is, so we didn't know that they could be that supportive of something. Maybe it is deeply intimate and not talked about, okay? Now, the Hierophant is about the marriage. Death, is the transition. And like I said before, I feel like here, even though it's looming as this, evil woman, it's cutting sex out, I don't feel like that's the way it is for the couple. I feel like the couple here it's death as to the relationship as we knew it before. Before what? Before we gained our lesson here, before we leveled up, and now it's completely different. So it is, in a sense, the end of the relationship as we knew it, but it is still here, and in fact, it is twice as strong as we thought we ever could get from our vantage point from where we were. So it's really a one-up in the relationship, right? And then the Six of Swords is really about getting to know, or an interest level. Yeah, they're really taking me there. The interest level that we have in our partner now that this has been, now that he showed the support, now that he has come through, it's almost like he stood up and, dropped his manpower all over and he installed some kind of program through this woman that helped her in a way, and she's now looking at him with stars in her eyes. This is my husband that did this. How does he do this? And it's still the same guy that's always been there, but she's looking at him with stars in her eyes. So there's seriously a heavy shift that happened in this relationship, which is good though. It's a huge good shift. She may have to go through some clutter and anxiety and stress, no less, to get there, but it's good. So now she's got this, it's almost like I got a new dude here. It's like, where did this guy come from? Was this the guy I've been with? Nah, kind of like that is the sense I'm getting. So the Six of Swords is about really reigniting things right from the start all over again. And when you one up, it is like that. It's like you're getting to know a new person, because you're going into levels here that this partner you just never discovered before. So now you want to know about those levels. Where did you come from, and what? I want to know more. So this is the curiosity level. I feel like this Sag female, she's just tapping into that. And then the Knight of Wands, well, that transfers into the bedroom as well, right? So there's a curiosity and a firing up of that as well. And then where do we end? The Ace of Cups, where not only does this Sag female come out with a better sense of self-worth and purity for her own self, her own viewpoint of herself, and her viewpoint of her partner, and the couple as a whole, both of us, how we sit. This is all, they're showing me that bird. They're going purity like a dove flying through the air, just in awe that this is my partner that I was looking at, like, say, a year ago or 6 months ago or whatever, and I felt like they're just like I wanted to give up. This is the sense. It's almost like I wanted to give up on this. Why would I want to give up on this? Now they're looking like stars in their eyes, like they're looking at Brad Pitt over there. Like this is a new thing, okay? So the Ace of Cups, absolutely self-worth, absolutely reinvesting in the relationship, absolutely ready to go forward, purely from heart. And then the Eight of Swords, well, what do we get there? Yeah, we may still have some issues on the sexual side of things that are looming in the background, but for now, there's a sense here that we can tiptoe our way through that. So there are some deeper intimacy issues, but nonetheless, very supportive partner where they thought they just wouldn't get support, or like the floor dropped out. That's really the sense I get. Yeah, like they're showing me, they're showing me, those rides where you go and you're in a platform, everybody walks and they stand against the wall and they spin you, and then the floor drops out. It's like that. It's like this is the realization that this female feels from her partner, like the floor's dropped out, and I'm sticking to it. That's kind of the thing. So this is a good, man, this is a very powerful reading. That fire energy, man, it just goes. But yeah, very interesting transformation that has happened to this couple, okay? So whoever is partnered with a Sag female here, yeah, they can relate to this as well. It's very individualistic, but yet there's certain parameters here that went off in. We may have some younger couples as well in the Sag area that are going to pick up on this in a certain way. Very good and very, I know my path, I know where I want to go, and I know where I want to be. And that's, you know, that I love that energy, because that you can't fight with that. You can't fight with that. And that's the thing. She knows where she wants to go. And then some of them, you know, maybe just doing it rambling. But the others here are very much in relationships that they've been in, firm, solid foundations. But for whatever reason, there's just a corner they didn't think they could turn. And all of a sudden they turn the corner and it's like huge, beautiful colors they've never seen before. It's kind of like that. So really great. That's probably one of the better readings I've had so far, and I only got a few more to go, so really good stuff. Spiritually advancing is really what I feel here. We're advancing forward, and we've cleared up things in our own perspective that I don't think they understood was linked to successful points here in the career area. Okay, that's what's linked. So that's the huge thing here. The career area is really linked to our self-esteem. So we got to fix our self-esteem, then the career will take off. So that's that. So to review, self-esteem, there we go. I said that already. She is working on that, though she may be sidestepping the actuality of what she needs here to get forward in the way she wants to, but I feel eventually she'll come across it anyhow. And then the surrender card, surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance, so don't look back at your roadblocks or things that have happened in the past that have tripped you up. Just leap into an exciting new world of possibilities, and I feel like the Six of Wands is nothing but success, and the world is just that transition into that new level that you're ready to hit here. You're ready to go, and you know, it's just that one little thing, one little lesson that's kind of hinging on. Could be a couple within that, but there's one area here specifically, and it's probably personal and private is why they don't reveal it. It just needs to be revealed, and when we feel and see that our partner supports us in the way that they do, it really does change the whole dynamic of the relationship. Man, like nothing else can, like fire, right? So I'm getting a song like Fire from Pink. So maybe look in there, you might get something intuitively. But nonetheless, that is the reading for the Sag female for the Valentine's season of 2019. Hopefully that uncovered, or at least gave you some inspiration and hope forward. I don't think you're short on that. Just think you need to be rerouted in the right direction. It's going to happen no matter. It's part of your path. So take care, have fun, and be kind.